Good afternoon, ma'am. Here in this syllabus we complete these two topics using list view, using the spinner control, using the grid view control. Here in this grid view control, you have to display the images in grid view. How we display the images in grid view means we use the adapters here. In these adapters, you have to provide the content to display these controls. In this content, such as arrays, databases, and other data sources here. We displayed text in the grid view control through an array adapter. Here we learn to create our own custom adapter here or display the images in grid view control. Next, you have to create a new application. That application is called a grid image app. Grid image app. Here have to assume the image file names and you have to display through the grid view control. These are the images, image file names: product1.png, product2 png, 3 png, 4, 5. These are the 5 image file names, and we have to copy these file names into this folder. And in this here. The package explorer window shows these images into this folder as drawable folders. This is the package explorer. In this package explorer, we are having grid image folder. In this grid image folder, src generated Java file, Android 4.0 version, Android dependencies. In that, have to in this drawable folder, you have to copy these products: product 1, product 2, product 3, product 4 png file. Next, in this application, we want to message to be displayed, show the image number of the picture it displayed through the grid view control. Here this application is going to have two controls: text view control for displaying the selected image number and grid view control for displaying images in a grid. After we add the text view and grid view controls, activity grid image app.xml. Here you have to this listing below. Here this is the code for the XML file. Here in this linear layout, XMLNS Android layout width, height, and orientation. In this linear layout, we have text view Android. In this text view Android, have to select the option. In this layout width, layout height. Next, in this list of products, you have to display it here. Grid view. Next, width, height, vertical spacing, horizontal spacing. You have to number of columns here. Number of width, stretch mode, column width, gravity equal to center. The linear layout tag is closed here. Next, the text view and grid view controls, we have to assign the IDs for the selected opt and grid. The width of the grid view columns is set to the 100 dip, and the horizontal and vertical spacing between the columns set to 2 dip. Here to display the images in the grid view control and also tell us which image is selected by the user. Which image is selected by the user here. Here write the code shown in the listing into this activity file. Here have to list below this code written into the Java activity file. Have to write the Java code for the grid image app. Here package com. Here import Android app activity. Import android.os.bundle. Import android.widget.gridView. Next, in this widget image view, context base adapter view, text view, import android.view group. Here in this grid image app, this activity extends the activity implements this adapter here by using the on item click listener method. We are using the on item click listener method. In this on item click listener, we are using the on create method. Here next in this on item click, we have to use the adapter view. We are using a parent view int position long id. Give the int p equal to position plus 1. Have to select this option. Have to set the text in the image number. Means have the selected image number here. In this image adapter extends the base adapter here. Here drawable, we are having drawable products, product 1, product 2, product 3, product 4, product 5. These are the drawable images here. We are using the image adapter. In this context, have to get count the images, return images dot length. In this, next you have to get the item int position. Next next line is public view get view method. In that view method, give the int position, view group pattern, group parent. In this image view equal to new image view. Here have to set the image view resource. Here you have to set the layout parameters, 100 comma 120. Have written the image view. Next point is the text view and grid view controls defined in this activity grid image app.xml with the ID selected opt and grid. These are fetched and mapped to the objects here. These are the selected opt. To create our customer adapter, image adapter, we extend these base adapter abstract class. It is provided by the Android here. To display the adapter's content through the grid view, image adapter is set to the grid view object through the set adapter method. Next, we instantiate our image adapter passing to the application context. In this array call the images here, it is defined containing the resource IDs of that images we copied into this folders. Next point is the images array acts as a data source. Provide these images that we want to display. The image adapter is set to the grid view control. It can access the adapter methods to display the content. Next point is the adapter methods get count, get item and get item ID. These are used to determine the number of images to be displayed and the unique identifier of the specified image. Next point is the get view method. It is used to retrieve the appropriate view, that is the image at the specified position. This method, the member context, it is used to create a new image view. Next, this image view, it is assigned an image from the images arrays. Next point is the height and width of the image set by the setting grid view layout params method here by using this method. In the adapter view on item click listener, event listener is attached to the grid view. Event listener is attached to the grid view, so that when any image displayed through the grid view is clicked, the callback on item click method is invoked. When any image displayed through the grid view is clicked here, we use the on item click method is invoked here. Next point is in the on item click method, we return the position of the clicked view, that is the image is written here. Next point is the position is 0 based, so it is incremented by 1 before displaying the image number through the selected opt text view. Next point, how to running this application, we see that all images are displayed in grid view as shown in this figure. This image selected in the grid view, it is displayed through the text view control at the top as shown in the figure right. The below figure shows the images displayed in the grid view control and selected the image number displayed through the text view. Next, this is the images list of products, product 1, product 2, product 3, product 4, product 5. Here in this on item click method, written this position of the click view is the image is written here. The position is 0, it is based, so it is incremented by 1. Here before the displaying the image number through the selected option text view. By running this application, we see that all images displayed in the grid view as shown in the figure in left side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here right, the image selected in the grid view is displayed through the text view at the top. at the top, here the top. The below figure shows the here the image is displayed in a grid view, control left, and selected image displayed via through the text view, right side. This is the selected the image number 2. Next. Next topic is creating an image gallery using the view pager control. Here in this view pager control, we support the Android support V4 view pager. It helps in showing the data, maybe text, image in the form of pages with the horizontal swiping behavior. Here that is the pages of data being displayed can flipped left and right. Here to identify and to keep track of the pages, it is displayed through the view pager. Here key object it is associated with the each of them. Here the view pager needs a data adapter to define and load the data for each page. The data adapter here it is used to define the data for each page to be displayed through the view page control is the pager adapter. In this pager adapter, android.support.v4.view pager adapter class. Next here, while implementing the pager here, pager adapter, we must override these are the following methods. First one, instantiate item. In this instantiate item, view container int position, it is used for creating and instantiating the page and adding it to the container. Next point is using this layout inflator service. The method also inflates the appropriate layout and it adds to the specified container. Next is the syntax is public object instantiate item view container int position. In this syntax, what is meant by the container? Container means it represents the container in which the page has to be displayed. Next, what is meant by position? It represents the position of the page to be instantiated. Destroy the item. Next method is destroy item. In this destroy item, we have view container int position object. It is used for removing the page of the specified position from the container. Next point is view from object. These are the attributes view object. It determines whether the specified page is associated with a specific key object. Next method is get count. It defines the size of the paging range, that is the count of the number of pages. Here the position of the pages is 0. It is based by default. That is the first page to the left is in position 0. The next page to the right is position 1 and so on. Next point is we can also set the initial position of the pager through the set current item method. To listen to the change in state of the selected page, we need to define a class. It have to extend the simple on page change listener. Next point is when a page from the view pager is selected, the callback method on page selected is called. Next point is let's have to apply all the knowledge gained so far in the have to create an application. It displays a scrollable image gallery, and when an image is selected from the gallery, the selected image number is displayed in the previous example. Let's name this application view pager app. The first step here have to copy the images that we want to display through the gallery into this folder, drawable folders of the application. Next point is, assuming we have the files named product1.png, product2.png, product3.png, product4.png and product5.png on our local disk drive. Have to copy them in the drawable folders of our that project. Next, after copying these images, we define two controls. What are the two controls means here? Text view and view pager. In the layout file activity, the text view control, it displays the image with the image number selected from the image gallery. The view pager control displays the images in a horizontally scrolling list. After we define the text view and view pager control, appears is shown in this code. Now this is the linear layout, XMLNS Android tools. Next, Android layout height, Android orientation, vertical, text view, Android ID. Have to selected the option Android layout height by width, Android text equal to image gallery, Android gravity equal to center, Android text style equal to bold, Android support v4 equal view pager. Next, Android layout width equal to match parent, Android layout height equal 100 dip, Android layout margin top equal 25 dip, linear layout. We can see the text view and view pager controls are assigned the IDs selected opt and view pager respectively to make this image gallery appear at the distance of 25 dip from the top of the linear layout container. The Android layout margin top attribute is set to 25 dip. Have to constrain the height of the images it being displayed to 100 dip. The Android layout height is set to 100 dip. Have to display the images in the view pager control and to display the image number selected by the user. Have to write the code in this view pager app activity. Here this is the Java code for the view pager app. Import android.os.bundle, import android.app.activity. Have to support v4 view.viewpager and pager adapter. Text view, next view, next import android widget image view. This is the next import android support v4 viewpager dot simple on page change listener. Next, this is the code public class view pager app activity. I have to extend the activity. In this activity, public text view selected option override. I have to create the on create method. In this super class set content view, so have to selected the option here. Here find view by ID and selected the option. Next, in that view pager, have to find a view by ID view pager. Have to set the adapter here, image adapter. Set the on page channel change listener. Next, public class image adapter extends the pager adapter. In that have images drawable product 1, product 2, product 3, product 4, product 5. In this instantiate item, have to view listener, view container int position, image view, new image view. In this app activity, have to set the resources position. Next, have to destroy item here, int arg1 object arg2. In this view pager, have to remove view arg2, override public boolean is view from object view object arg1 argument 1. Have to return arg0. Private class page listener extends the simple on page change listener. Next, public void on page selected int position. Next point is a set on page change listener is attached to the to the view pager, so that when any image is selected from it, the on page selected callback method is invoked here. It is in turn displays the position of the clicked image through the text view control. On running this application, we find that all images are displayed through this pager, view pager, as shown in before figure left side. When we select an image from the gallery. Its position is displayed on the screen here. This below figure right side here. This is the image gallery. Image displayed in this gallery. And this is the image left side. You have selected the page number 1. We displayed here. Page number 4 here. Next, in here you have to running this application. You find that all images are displayed to the view pager. Here as shown in below figure left, this is the view pager. Next, when we select an image from the gallery, its position is displayed on the screen. Its position is displayed on the screen. Select page number 1. Next, the below it shows the select text image when the fourth image is selected in the gallery. This is the fourth image selected in the gallery. The next, this image displayed in the gallery control on the application startup. Next topic is using the debugging tool, means Dalvik Debug Monitor Service. Dalvik Debug Monitor Service, DDMS. Dalvik Debug Monitor Service. It is a powerful debugging tool. It is downloaded as a part of the Android SDK. Here DDMS, it can be run either by the selecting the DDMS icon in the top right corner of the Eclipse IDE. Have to selecting the window, open DDMS option here. When we run this DDMS, it automatically connects to the attached Android device or any running emulator. DDMS helps with a variety of, we are having some of the tasks helps the DDMS. First task is finding bugs in applications running either on an emulator on the physical device. You have to provide the several services such as port forwarding, on-device screen capture, incoming call, SMS, and location data spoofing. Here it shows the status of active processes, view the stack and heap, view the status of active threads, and exploring the file system of any active emulator. It provides the logs generated by Logcat, so we can see log messages about the state of the application and the device. Here Logcat displays the line number on which the errors occurred, simulating different types of networks such as GPRS and Edge. Here this is the DDMS. DDMS means here Dalvik Debug Monitor Service. Dalvik Debug Monitor Service. For it is install Eclipse SDK, demo AVD, system process, Android, input method, phone, launcher, settings, like this. This is the Eclipse SDK DDMS. Next, in the upper left pan, here of the DDMS window, we see the devices tab that displays the list of Android devices connected to our PC along with the running AVDs, if any. Here, if any, how to connect with the AVDs. Next, the VMS associated with each device or AVD it is displayed. Selecting an VM displays its information in the right pan. Next, in the devices tab, we see some icons. The devices tab, we have some icons here. In these icons, first one, debug, use it to debug the selected process. Next icon is updated heap, it enables heap information of the process. After clicking this icon, you have to use the heap icon on the right pan to get heap information. Dump hprof file, it shows the hprof file. It can be used for detecting memory leaks. COSGC, invokes garbage collection. Next one is update threads, enables fetching the thread information of the selected process. After clicking this icon, we need to click the threads icon in the right pan to display the information about the threads that are created and destroyed in the selected process. Next one is start method, profiling. We use it to find the number of times different methods are called in an application and the time consumed in each of them. Have to click the start method profiling icon, interact with the application and click the stop method profiling icon to obtain information related to the different methods called in the application. Next, stop process. Have to stop the selected process. Stops the selected process. Next method is screen capture. Have to capture our device or emulator screen if the application is running and its output is being displayed through the device emulator. Clicking the screen capture icon displays the device screen capture dialog shown in this figure. The text capturing tells us that the output of the application or image being displayed in the device. It is in the process of being captured. Once the image is captured, it is displayed in this figure. This is the device screen capture. Next, this is the device screen capturing. This is the capturing. This is the captured image. Captured screen capture. That is our device emulator screen or emulator screen here. This is the emulator screen here. Next, the application is running and its output is displaying through the device. Clicking on the screen dialog is shown in the figure left side. This is shown. This is the capturing. This is the captured image. This is the captured image. Next, the below figure shown in the device, it is being captured left side. The captured image of the device is displayed on right side. The meaning of these buttons at the top in device screen: refresh, rotate, save, copy, done. The refresh. What is meant by refresh means updates the captured image. Rotate. With each click of this button, the captured image rotates 90 degrees in the counterclockwise direction. Save. It saves the captured image as the .png file. Next, copy. It copies the captured image to the clipboard. Done. Closes the device screen captured dialog. Next, back to the DDMS on the right pan here. We find the some following tabs here. In this DDMS, Dalvik Debug Monitor Service, we are having some methods here. Threads displays information about the threads within each process. Here the following information about the threads is displayed here: thread ID, status, U-time, S-time. Thread ID, it displays the unique ID assigned to each thread. Status, it displays the current status of the thread, whether it is running, sleeping, starting, waiting, monitor state here. U-time, it indicates the cumulative time spent executing user code. S-time, it indicates the cumulative time spent executing system code. Thread ID displays the unique ID assigned to each thread here. Status, it displays the current status of the thread here, whether it is running, sleeping, starting, waiting, monitor here. U-time indicates the cumulative time spent executing user code. S-time, it indicates the cumulative time spent executing the system code. Next, name, it displays the name of the thread here. Heap, it displays the heap information of the process. Next, it provides the update. Heap button and the devices button has been clicked here. Have to select the COS GC button to begin the garbage collection process. The object types and the size of memory allocated to them are displayed here. After we select an object type, this is the bar graph is displayed. The showing number of objects allocated for the particular memory size in bytes, right side. Threads heap allocation network emulator here is the GC. Name displays the name of the thread. Next, heap, it displays the heap information of the process. They provided the update heap button. Select the COS GC button to begin the garbage collection process. Here the object types and size of memory allocated to them are displayed here. After After we select an object type, the bar graph is displayed showing the number of objects allocated for the particular memory size in bytes. Next one is allocation tracker. It tracks the object allocated to an application. How to click the start interact with the application, and how to click the get allocations to see that these are the list of objects. In left side, these are the list of objects. After we click the get allocations, but again the newly allocated objects are added to the earlier displayed list of allocated objects. Can also click the stop tracking button to clear the data and restart. To create the data and to clear the data and restart. Next, the allocation tracker tab, it tracks the objects allocated to the application. This is the left side. And the file explorer tab, I have to display the options in the right side. Next point is network statistics. This helps us in getting information regarding the network usage of our application. When our app made network request, how to speed of data transfer and other related information also. Network statistics means it helps in getting information regarding network usage of our application, that is in our app made network request, speed of data transfer and other related information. Next point is file explorer. It displays the file system on the device as shown in figure. This is figure. Here it displays the file system on the device as shown in figure. We can view and delete files on the device through this tab. We can even push or pull files from the device using the two icons. Pull a file from the device and push a file onto the device as shown at the top. And to copy a file from the device, you have to select the file in the file explorer and click the pull a file from the device button. Next, the get device file dialog box opens up and prompting us to specify the path and file name where we want to store the pull device file. Similarly here, to copy a file to the device, click the push file onto the device button in the file explorer tab. The put file on device dialog box, it opens up letting us browse the local disk drive. You have to select the file we want to copy to the device and click open button to copy it to the device. Next point is right of the file explorer tab. It is the emulator control tab. It can be used to simulate incoming phone calls, SMS messages or GPS coordinates. For example, in our phone, getting incoming phone calls, we are having SMS messages. Here, to simulate the incoming phone call, have to select the voice option here and provide the incoming phone number and click the call button. Here in this figure, call button or voice incoming call, like this call button. Next, in the emulator, an incoming call appears prompting the user to answer the call. Green, red, to answer the call. Next, the incoming call can be ended either by the clicking the end button in the emulator or clicking the hang button in the emulator control tab. This is the emulator tab. In this emulator, the call is ended, you click the red button. Next. Okay, ma, thank you. Next class I will continue, ma.